let's get up on our feet. And let's start with a little bounce because it might feel good to break up some of that stagnant energy and clear the blockages. It may energize us, or at least put smiles on our faces. Make us giggle a little bit. Do as vigorously as you like. Hands, feet. You know the drill. Do whatever feels good. Shake it up. Not worrying about what we look like. Just taking a few moments to change our energy and center ourselves for our practice. Go for 5 more seconds. Shake, shake, shake. And when you're ready, go ahead and find a steady space. Grounding our feet under our hips, rolling the shoulders back. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more just like that. One more. Noticing the muscles in our faces soften. Shoulders are melting away from the ears. And running through a body scan from head to toe. Noticing the energy that we bring to our practice today. Maybe the mood of the body and any areas of lightness or tension. Taking a moment to set an intention for today's practice if you like. Maybe just to gain a little headspace. To make some time for ourselves. Bringing our awareness to our breath. Back to the space around us, noticing the sounds of the birds, the temperature of the air, and the smells of the space. And the smiles on our faces, we blink our eyes open, and we shift our feet in towards one another so that the pinkies and the toes, or your bunions are touching like mine. I have my grandfather's feet. Inhaling, rising up, palms together. Exhale, let's lower into a chair. And we'll repeat this. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, lowering down. Starting to activate the Ujayi breath. And matching the rhythm of our breath to our movement. Warming up the entire body. Meditative flow not only starts warming us, but bringing us a little bit more clarity to the mind. Let's do one more. And then all the way back up. Exhale, forward fold, swan diving. And we'll go ahead and reach the inside of the feet, just hanging here. If you would like to shift left to right, do so gently, maybe wiggling the feet out slightly for a bit of extra stability. Checking in with the back of the legs and the lower back. One more breath. And then we'll swoop all the way back up on the inhale. Good. Exhale, slam back forward. Inhale, float halfway. Exhale, forward fold, all the way back up on the inhale. Hands to heart. And we're going to do our squat set, so wiggling the feet just a little bit more so we can come down into a lower Malasana squat. Inhale, rising up, lowering all the way through the squat, and then forward folding, rolling up gently like a ragdoll. When you're ready, inhaling up, and exhaling, sinking back down, finding a flow that suits you today. Rolling up gently. Checking out the spaces between the vertebrae. Warming up the back body. Nice and slowly. Taking whatever time you need to flow through. Let's do 2 more. Continue flowing all the way back down into your forward fold. We'll all meet there together. And finding stillness or bending and swaying. Whatever feels most comfortable at this point. Take a few breaths here. On the next inhale, we'll swoop our arms all the way back up to extended mountain. Exhaling, hands to heart. And we reset. Good. Bring our feet back underneath us with the right leg lifted to 90 degrees. Good. We're going to tick-tock the leg. Side to side. Finding grounding in the left foot. Somewhere to gaze at. Last one, holding here, and doing a reverse hip circle, so drawing the knee all the way back behind and around, back to 90, and around, back to 90. We'll do 3 more. And then once you get here, go ahead and reverse the circle. Always coming back to 90. As big or as little a circle as suits you. Last one. Good. Back to 90. Cross over, sinking down into our chair. Option here is to bring the left arm under the right arm, eagling the hands at the same time. Lowering a little bit more into the single leg chair. I'm finding somewhere to gaze at. Good. On the next inhale, we press all the way up. Releasing the arms. Good. And the legs, shake it out. Oh, wiggle the ankles. The left foot is probably starting to say, hey, hey, what's going on here? Yeah, mine too. Let's get on to the left then. So planting the right foot, lifting the left. Hands wherever is most comfortable, hips or straight above. Let's go ahead and tick-tock, left to right. What is this hip saying today? Do we have any imbalances in our sides? Good, you got it. Back to 90. Let's draw the knee all the way back and make a circle to the front. Back to 90. Good. Find the grounding of that right foot. Okay, last one. And then we'll go ahead and shift directions. You got it. Good. Back to 90 and lowering down into our chair, crossing our left leg over, actively pressing the left knee towards the ground. And then this time, right arm under left, as possible. Maybe lower a little bit more, activating the right quadricep. You may even feel it in the right glute. Tucking the navel through. You got it. Two more breaths. On the next inhale, rise all the way back up. Go ahead. And release. Ooh. Give the ankles a wiggle. Good. Oh. We're going to try that again with straight legs. Whew. And then we'll step into a crescent lunge. She's like, I got this. I am formidable today. Good. So right leg back up, flexing the foot, extend it forward. And let's just stay here for a moment. Forward and back. Good. Forward and back. Doing whatever is most comfortable for the hands. We are going to eventually float the leg back, tucking. Flex the quadricep. Sit your kick in the wall. And one more. Holding here. And let's float it back. Good. Slowly. Trying to keep the hips forward facing. And then if you'd like, you're welcome to start hinging and floating into a warrior three. Keeping the hips square as possible. Toes now are going to point towards the mat. One more. And on this next one, we're stepping all the way back into crescent lunge. And the balls of the foot. Good. Inhale, lifting the arms over the shoulders. We press up on the inhale, lower down on the exhale. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, we lower. Good. Following the breath, finding somewhere to gaze at. Strong in both legs. 2 more. When we lower all the way down. Good. Let's open up. Rotating over the lunged leg, pressing the right leg back, extending, lifting the right kneecap as we engage the quadricep, looking over our left shoulder, keeping our arms parallel to the floor. Check in with the shoulders, making sure they're not up around our ears. Good. Inhaling back to center, reaching all the way up. Forward fold. Finding a plank here. Stepping back. And Vinyasa. Keeping the elbows tucked in, chaturanga. Flattening the feet. Cobra. Exhale, lower back down, pressing back up into kneeling or full plank. And down dog. Good. Pedal it out. Walking, floating, or hopping all the way to the top of the mat. Back into our forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, swooping all the way up. Hands to heart, deep breath in between. We reset. Good. This time with our left foot, bringing it up to 90. Flexing the foot, extending it out. Engaging the quadricep, noticing what's happening in the hamstring. And the grounding of our right foot. All the toes are gripping. Two more. That leg straight, and then we're slowly going to just float the leg, keeping our hips forward facing. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and hinge forward, making our way into the warrior 3. Keeping those hips square to the mat. Last one. And we'll all meet in crescent lunge. Floating the leg back. Finding stability in both legs. Good. Lifting the left knee with the quadricep. Inhale, straightening the front leg. Pressing through the toes. Exhale, we lower. Good. Finding a placement for the arms if the swooping is too much. And again, moving to the rhythm of our leg straight. Last one. Holding here, finding stability in between the legs, and when you're ready, rotating open. Gazing over the back shoulder. Pressing the left leg back, engaging the quadricep. Checking in with the shoulders, making sure they're not floating up around our ears. Calm strength. And go ahead and bring ourselves back to center. Inhale, reaching up and forward fold plank from Vinyasa. And we'll all meet in down dog. Good. And once again, either pedal it out or sway the hips left to right, whichever feels good. Working through any of the kinks that we built up through the week. On the next inhale, we're going to lift our right leg off the mat. Bending at the knees, opening the hips, looking underneath the left armpit. Passing through, noticing the pattern between our left hand and our left foot. One more breath here. Good, we rotate back to center, bringing the right knee all the way through into our lunge. Right, keeping our hands planted. We're gonna make our left foot into warrior, shooting the right leg all the way through fallen star. In with the breath, noticing a steady rhythm. Inhale to exhale. Finding our inner balance through our breath and our Ujayi. One more breath here. Good. Rotating our hands back, bringing our right leg all the way across, pigeon cut here. Good. Press all the way up, flattening our left foot, pressing deep back bend as far as we can. Opening up the abdomen. Finding our breath float all the way through to the lower back. One more breath. Option here to plant the left hand. Option to come down onto your forearms. Option to plant the left hand in the center and to reach back on that foot. Maybe you want to even come into a mermaid if you can hook the foot around into the elbow. Options are endless here. Keeping the chest and the torso tall. Grabbing onto it with your hand or tucking it into your elbow. Three more breaths. I will go ahead and release the back foot, reaching the right arm all the way up over the chest. Option to bring the left arm to grab onto it. Palms are together. And then forward fold, lowering all the way down to our forearms, rounding out the spine, allowing it to relax. Let's give ourselves a few breaths here. Inhale, we'll bring our hands back under our shoulders, pressing our torsos up. Coming through all fours and back into our single leg down dog. Extending the right leg long. And then bringing it down, down dog. Go ahead and rinse that out. Bending the knees. Well done. She's focused. Good. On the next inhale, we'll lift our left leg all the way off the ground. Bending at the knee, rotating the hips open. This time looking under the right armpit towards that heel floating in the air. Calm strength. Noticing what's happening in the left hip, the lower back. And then noticing the pattern running from the right hand all the way through to the right foot. The strength and energy that we're building here. One more breath. Rotating the hips back, square to the mat, stepping through into a lunge. Good. Planting the hands. The left hand is the most important time, so we're going to shoot the left foot across and lift the right arm off the mat. Fallen star, opposite side. Lifting the hips, pressing the pelvis forward, and reaching up over the body or over the head, whichever you feel is most comfortable. Generating power in the right leg and the left arm. One more breath. Good job. Bringing the right arm all the way back down, crossing the left leg over pigeon. Oh, yay for that. Good. Pressing our torsos up again, listening to the right hip flexor. As deep a back bend as suits you. Bringing the right hand in front of us or lowering straight down onto your forearms. Option here is to lift the back leg, reaching with the hand, or bringing it in a little bit closer. If you can tuck it into the elbow, no matter, we keep the torso tall. We gaze over the left shoulder. Two more breaths. Releasing the foot, lifting the left arm all the way up over the shoulders. Right arm to meet it if possible. One more breath. And then we forward fold onto our forearms or the fists or our hands. Go ahead and sway left to right, melting towards the mat. The next inhale, we press our torsos back up, hands are under our shoulders. Stepping back into our single leg down dog, so stepping up with the right leg, extending the left leg all the way back up. And then go ahead and lower it, rinse it out, pedaling the feet left and right. Finding stillness if that's what you prefer. We'll be here for two more breaths. Good. Floating, stepping, or hopping to the front of our mat, gazing forward. Forward, forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swooping all the way up, extended mountain. This time reaching for the option to bring the left foot behind the right. Opening up the psoas, hip. Checking in with the lower back. We're not allowing our back to sink backwards. Pressing the pelvis forward. Deep breaths in, reaching long. Creating space between the vertebrae and the ribs. This time forward folding all the way around, nice and slow, coming back to our forward fold, bringing our left foot under our hips. Good. Rolling up like a ragdoll. Inhale, we sweep the arms up, extended mountain. Reaching for the right wrist, all the way over to the left. Create that space and stability. Float the right foot back if you like. Check in with the pelvis. Reaching tall. Go ahead and swoop forward. Nice gentle rounding into our forward fold. Bringing the feet back under our hips. Good. Hanging here. And we're just going to float all the way around in a circle. All the way up and all the way down. Gentle circles here. The hands can float with you or they can come to the hips. Whatever feels comfortable. Shortening the lever if that's more comfortable for the lower back. We'll do 5 in each direction. Get to the top, and then we'll start to float the opposite way. One more. All the way around. And then we'll meet up in extended mountain. Palms together, reaching, opening the abdomen. Gentle back bend. Hands down. We reset. Stepping wide on our mat. Pointing our toes out. Good. Inhale, we reach the arms up. 5 pointed star. Exhale, we lower into a squat. 5 pointed star, reaching the hands up. And lower on the exhale. Continue finding our flow. Squeezing the glutes and the inner thighs as we come up. Building some strength in our legs. Matching the rhythm with our breath. Two more. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Yes. Feel the activation of the back muscles. Good. Last one. Lowering the arms parallel to the floor, we come into warrior two. So pivoting the front foot forward, facing the back foot is at about 45-degree angle, and then we float our way forward. Good. Rotating the front hand. Inhale, coming to reverse warrior. Holding here for 5 breaths. On the next inhale, we come into our side angle. It's staying tall, either bringing the hand over the head or above the body or behind the back. Tucking the pelvis forward, you're engaging the right glute. Next inhale, reverse warrior again, but this time reverse triangle, straightening the front leg. Reaching, staying in the side body. Good. And triangle. This time letting the left hand find its position, trying to stay in the side body, reaching the arm tall. Rotating the right hand all the way down. Very good. Pyramid pose. Bringing our hands onto the thigh, finding our stability in our back, flat back, forward facing hips. And as and when your body is ready, go ahead and lower down slightly. We're keeping the right quadricep stretched and engaged. Let's shorten that a tiny bit. Bringing the hips back, forward facing. Inhale, we engage the right glute. Exhale, we come back parallel to the floor. Keeping both hamstrings engaged. We're going to do 5. Good. Keeping our backs flat. Last one. All the way hinging forward, bending the left knee back into our plank. And Vinyasa. Stepping back, gentle transition, wrapping our elbows forward. Elbows come into the sides. Cobra or upward facing. And then exhaling back into down dog. 3 breaths here. Gazing forward, walking or floating our feet back to the front of the mat. Very good. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Stepping into a warrior 2. Opposite side. What did I miss?
No, I go on the one leg.
Oh, other way. That's fine. Either way. Opposite leg. Good. Oh, we're facing each other, mirror opposites. Rotating our front hand. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Staying in the side body, checking in. Deep breaths. Good. On the next inhale, we come into our side angle. Reaching tall, drawing the shoulder blade back, opening the heart center to the sky. Good. On the next inhale, we come into a reverse triangle. Windmilling forward, triangle pose. Allowing the right hand to fall where it will, support it as needed. Trying to stay in the side body, reaching up to the sky or over the head. Rotating the body forward, pyramid pose. Finding our stability. We may want to walk the foot in so that our hips are forward facing. Good. Starting with our hands on our thighs. And with each exhalation, go ahead and lower into the pose as the hamstring opens up. Bending the front knee, let's shorten that stance a little bit so that we have stability to inhale and lift the torso. Exhale, lower back parallel to the floor only, keeping our backs nice and flat. Elongating from tailbone through crown of head. One more. Coming back down parallel to the floor, bending the knee, plank, all the way down, stepping back, chaturanga, upward facing or cobra. Lower down, let's press back into child's pose. Take a load off of our lower back before our last sequence, opening the legs if you'd prefer, or keeping the knees together. Whatever your lower back is telling you to do. Good. On the next inhale, we'll come back into all fours. Resetting. We're going to step up into down dog. We're going to do a little sequence of plank flows into flip dogs as a possibility. Taking a sip of water in between, great idea. This will be our last sequence. We'll start with our right leg. Good. Everything is optional, of course. Yogi's choice. I think we'll go with something dynamic rather than an inversion tonight. I think we've got the energy now. Think. Inhale. Exhale, up into down dog. Good. Take one deep breath in between. And on the next inhale, we'll float the right leg up. Bending in the knee, opening up. Good. From here, we're going to inhale, floating into a plank, bringing our right knee in through the body to the left elbow. Extend back up behind us, rotate. Coming back into our plank. Extend back, single leg dog, bending the knee, rotating, looking under the armpit. Floating back through to our plank. Inhale. Good. Continue this flow 2 more times. And on the next time we come into our single leg down dog, extend, bend at the knee, option to bring the right foot all the way back behind us, flip your dog, reaching over the head, planting the left foot, pressing the hips up, gentle back bend. Good, rotating back into our plank, Vinyasa optional, good job. And down dog. Taking your time to flow through. Good work. Find stillness here, pressing both heels into the mat. Maybe finding a bit of extra length in the back of the body now that it's a bit more warmed up. Good. And on the next inhale, we lift the left leg off the mat, bending the knee, opening the hips. Now when you're ready, go ahead, float forward into our plank, crossing the left knee to the right elbow. Extend the leg, bend and rotate, and find your flow. Inhaling to the plank, exhaling, extending and bending. Good. And we maintain our calm breath, steady rhythm, our focus, and our presence in this moment. One more. And then go ahead and flip your dog, tapping the left foot down as we lift the left arm over the head. Good job. Pressing with that right arm. Feel the energy vibrating through the body. 2 more breaths. And go ahead and rotate to a full plank, staying here. Good. Finding our grounding. Let's lower down. Ooh! Jeez. Ninja warrior! Good. Let's lower down into a side plank onto the left forearm. Scissoring the feet, reaching up with the right arm. Oh, you've got this. You've got this. We're almost done. We're almost done. Come on to the forearm. You got it. Lift the hips as high as you can. Good. Good job. And let's come back to center. Full forearm here. Keep the torso parallel to the floor. Good. And press up into dolphin. So lift the hips, optional. Walking the feet in as close as you can. And let's press the feet up and back. Up on the toes and back down on the heels. Keeping the head off the ground. Lifting our torsos, pressing our arms and our shoulders away from the mat. Good. Let's walk our feet all the way back out. Scissoring the feet. Come over onto the right forearm. Reaching up with the left arm. Lift the hips. Two more breaths. We are strong. We are determined. And we are fully present. Rotate back down. Good job. Bring the knees all the way in. Extended child's pose. Walking side to side or finding stillness, whatever feels best. Checking in with the breath, enjoying this moment of having stopped. I want to give you guys the option to stay in child's pose or to come into an inversion. Whatever you need at this point in our practice, you're welcome to stay here, to do a headstand or an arm balance, listening to our bodies. I didn't tuck my shirt in for no reason. I've been wanting to do this all week. So I'm going to do a bit of an arm balance. I'm going to try anyways. So dolphin again, tiptoeing the feet into my chest, and then slowly lifting myself up, hopefully working my arms as possible. Finding somewhere to gaze at, calm strength. Excellent. So we're going to come back up onto all fours. We're going to extend our right leg long and lower, extending the right foot up, getting a bit of a stretch in the hamstring. Option here is we're in a half hero pose. So option here is to lean back or to stay hinged over. If your tightness is more in the hamstring, stay here. If your tightness is more in the quadricep, you are welcome to walk the hands back out, but you're going to want to bring the left foot out to the side of the glute, like you're sitting exactly. Good. So finding whichever works best for you. Maybe try both. That's it. Try to keep the knee forward facing if you're in a half hero. Leaning all the way back to your back if that feels good. Yep, checking in, doing what feels best for your body tonight. Allowing the lower back to settle. Good. When you're ready, we'll roll out of that. We'll switch legs. Gentle transition. Coming back into all fours maybe, or at least rock pose, resetting. Maybe shifting the weight left to right. Getting the opposite foot forward. Sinking back, checking in first with the hamstring. And then if you'd like to come into half hero, bring that foot out to the side of the butt. You got it. Good. Taking the time you need in whichever pose. Both poses, seeing how each side of the body feels. You're welcome to come all the way down to the mat, coming into asana, hugging the knees into the chest. Gentle transition, allowing the lower back to melt into the mat, maybe rocking side to side. Bringing awareness to the hip flexors. Option here to flex the feet, coming into happy baby, wrapping our hands around the balls of the foot, maybe extending one leg at a time, keeping the shoulder blades flat into the mat. Maybe you'd rather do both legs, whatever feels comfortable on your body. And final movements before our resting pose. here for 3 more breaths. And then go ahead and bring the feet back in towards one another. Grabbing the feet, wrapping our hands around them, the outside. And we'll butterfly the knees, drawing the heels into the center, and pressing the knees away. Feeling the hips and the lower back pressing into the mat, the shoulder blades and the head. And we'll release that, coming into a spinal twist, so right leg over left knee, planting the left foot on the outside of the mat, and then go ahead and lower the knees towards the right, gentle spinal twist, extending the arms, optional. Finding a placement for the head wherever is most comfortable. Drawing the breath all the way through to the lower back. Breathing into any areas of discomfort. And just being present with those areas for a few moments. Noticing how the sensations change. And how the tension releases. Two more breaths here. Uncross the legs, and go ahead and walk the right foot to the outside of the edge of the mat, and then cross the left leg over, lowering the legs this time to the left. Noticing any different sensations on this side of the body, from the lower back, maybe even from the upper back through to the knee. And just be present with those sensations for a few moments. More breaths. And then go ahead and bring the knees back to center. Hug them in one last time if you'd like. And then float the legs all the way long on the mat, coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana, either on our sides in fetal pose or flat on our backs, whatever feels good. Taking a moment to reflect on any intention we may have set at the beginning of practice. Congratulating ourselves for getting to the mat and making this time for ourselves and our practice. Creating a little headspace, strength and stability physically and mentally. And finding a word that resonates with us today, some form of affirmation. I am strong, I am patient, I am tolerant. And repeating it in our minds a few times, imprinting it. Allowing our practice to be integrated into our microfibers, our mental and physical fibers. And with smiles on our faces, we give thanks for this community, the opportunity to practice the strength of our bodies, our hearts, and our breath. And perhaps something that made you smile this week or feel supported. We fill our hearts with gratitude. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling, rolling up slowly, ready to take on the evening and the weekend ahead.